This is the first of 3 stone exercise videos. You're going to need to get an amethyst. You see this? It's like a purple crystal. I know it looks blue in the video here, but it's not. It's purple, just like this curtain. It looks like a regular crystal, but it's purple, and it's called amethyst. You're going to need that, a rough amethyst. And then yellow for the next exercise. Looks like a yellow crystal, and it's rough. That's called citrine. So you're going to need a piece of citrine and a piece of amethyst, at least for the next 2 videos. On the third one, it's grounding. It calls for different stones. But for right now, I want you to go ahead, put the amethyst in your hand. Either hand is fine. I don't do giving and receiving hands. Some people do, I just don't. I think it's all has to do with the power of the mind. So I want you to put the stone in your hand. You're going to imagine or acknowledge that science tells us that everything is made out of energy. Thus, there is energy in the stone. Now the question is, well, can energy move? Yes. When you get depressed, you start sending out negative charges, and it starts breaking your body down. So therefore, energy does move. Can you make it move? That's another question, but that's what this exercise is for, that and feeling energy. So I want you to put the amethyst in your hand. You're going to imagine that there's energy in the stone, and this energy is going up to your wrist. When it gets to your wrist, you might feel, go ahead, take your time, but when it gets to your wrist, you might feel a hot or cold sensation or some kind of other kind of sensation, tingling, whatever. Or you're going to strongly be able to imagine that it's at your wrist. But when it is at your wrist, I want you to imagine that it's going up to your elbow. And it's going up to your elbow as a transformed state of energy. Normally, I want you to imagine that it's your element. So earth, air, fire, water. And your element is going up to your elbow. And then when it gets to your elbow, you might feel a hot or cold sensation or tingling sensation or some other kind of sensation. But whenever it gets there, at your elbow, I want you to imagine that it's going up to your shoulder. You save up a lot at your shoulder. And then you imagine that it's becoming a great big, depending on your element, a great big waterfall or big puffs of purple smoke. Obviously that would be air. Or a big firefall like a waterfall, but it's made out of fire. Or maybe something else you can imagine. It's going from your shoulder to the middle of your chest. And then you start to absorb it. You allow this energy to become one with you. You allow it to change your emotions, and it will change your emotions. Go ahead and take your time. But when you're ready, you were feeling one way before you started this stone exercise. Now how are you feeling? What is the energy doing for you or to you that wasn't there before? When you know this answer, then you're done. And I will tell you that a lot of people answer well, calming or healing, or maybe a lot of sensation of power. And the reason why is because this amethyst is a power stone for Geminis or sometimes other air signs. And the calming and healing effect, that's the basic energy of amethyst. And that's it. That is your first stone exercise.